Wednesday, November 15th. We talked about Roy Moore about 4 or 5 days ago, and let's do an update because there's even more that's happened. As we talked about before, Roy Moore, number one, is not a judge. He calls himself Judge Roy Moore, but as judge, he was thrown out twice for not listening to orders from higher courts. He didn't care about the law, so he was going to make his own law. He got flipped. Unimpressive. So he isn't a judge. A nice person? Sure doesn't seem like it, right? Because now what's been happening is more stories have been coming out. He's not only not nice, he's not moral. Because if you remember when we talked about it before, his charity that he runs, the first word I believe is moral. He said up and down, he made no money, he did nothing there. Meanwhile, he's making money, and all money went in there for the charity. Meanwhile, he's making $150 some odd thousand a year. He doesn't tell the truth, Roy Moore. So he ignores the law. He's not a judge. He doesn't tell the truth when it comes to his charity. And now we hear even more about these women who are making allegations about him. Remember, people of Alabama and the world, this is not a criminal issue. This is a political issue. So what's been coming out with this? We've had 4 women previously who got searched out by the Washington Post who have all come out. A couple of them were Trump supporters saying that he went after them. One was 14 years old. Everybody went, oh, it can't be true. It sure looks like it, doesn't it? Because look at this next woman, this 5th one who came out with Gloria Allred. And she said he went after her, groped her, went after her in the car, tried to take her clothes off and rape her, and she refused to let him do it. And he comes out and says, I never heard of her. I don't know her. I don't know this place. Meanwhile, she, the woman, is able to show her yearbook in which Roy Moore wrote a whole nice little note to her. The man's a liar. He can't stop lying. Then we hear that he was barred from the Gadsden Mall, the only mall in the area. Why? Or he was on a list. Why? Because he was always going after the young girls. Then we hear that the people at work always said he was weird. They couldn't understand why this guy always went after, in his mid-30s, went after young teenagers. Not the old, not 19, 20. Well, 20 isn't a teenager, but not 19 or 20 or what up there, but young teenagers. So they had to get rid of him. They had to throw him out of the mall. This is the guy that Alabama is thinking about sending to the U.S. Senate. Then you look at Steve Bannon, another loser. All he does is find people who have no background and just throws them in to run against conservatives. I'm a Democrat. I'm happy about all this, but it makes you wonder. This guy is supposed to be so smart. Steve Bannon backs somebody like this. Even Sean Hannity has second thoughts. The other thing to remember is the world is looking at Alabama. Are you going to elect this guy? Are you going to elect somebody who is obviously a liar, has lied on numerous occasions, who has no morals, and goes out and just will talk and say whatever it takes to kind of act like he and God are talking with each other? But if you think God is telling him to go after young teenagers, then I wonder who God is if you believe in God. I believe in a God. And God doesn't talk to me. And I sure don't believe that he talks to him, or talks to him. But if he did, he wouldn't be saying go after young girls. And then he wouldn't be saying lie about it. And he wouldn't be saying don't tell everybody that your charity, which the first word is morals, that you don't make money on it when you're pumping $150 or so thousand a year on it. Alabama, this is not a criminal issue. This is an issue of morals, of truth, of honesty. You want to send this guy to the U.S. Senate? He'd be a laughing stock. It would make it obvious that Alabama is a laughing stock. Don't elect this guy. He doesn't deserve to be dog catcher. I don't know what he deserves to be. He deserves to be put on the side and let him deal with all this stuff civilly. But right now, what a mistake. This guy is a loser. Steve Bannon is a loser. And even if Roy Moore wins, then Alabama is a loser. It's so sad that guys like this are running around thinking they can be a Trump and just keep on lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. This guy is a bald-faced liar. It's been proven. How can you put a guy like this in the U.S. Senate? We'll see. Got another 3-4 weeks on this. Very interesting. Politics is always fun. And please follow us, subscribe to us, share us, comment. I'm not afraid to say what's happening. We may be more middle of the road here, maybe a little bit left of center, but I lay it out there. I'm not afraid to tell you if I think Trump's right. I'm not afraid to tell you if I think Trump is wrong. And I'm sure not afraid to tell you that Roy Moore is somebody who does not deserve to be elected to the United States Senate. And Alabama deserves better. Peace.